Hi, everybody. Hi again. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brosmic Astrology. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today, this is my second appearance, but now I have one of my peer student friends from London School of Astrology with me, Alicia. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you today?
Good, busy, but good. That's what I have to say. That's good. Alicia was so kind to take some time to talk with all of us about the upcoming Gemini season. And I love to have a perspective from a Virgo person because Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo, and we can even discuss a little bit of the differences about that as well. Oh, hi, Emily. Emily's here, another one of our friends from London School of Astrology. Go check Emily's YouTube as well. She has wonderful guests she talks to as well there. Okay. Thanks for joining. Alicia is also a practicing professional astrologer. We are studying and practicing astrology at the same time, which is the best way to learn astrology anyways, to practice. And I'm happy to have her here today. Alicia, please, from the Virgo sun perspective, how do you see Geminis? I know we both ruled by Mercury, but how do you see Geminis, and how do you enjoy Gemini season in general before we dig into this one?
Well, yeah, I was born with Jupiter in Gemini, so Jupiter's where we're kind of lucky or abundant. So although I'm a Virgo sun, I should be quite Gemini as well. And Gemini is number 3, which is Aries is number 1, Taurus number 2, Gemini is number 3. If you add all your birthday together, the month, the day, the year, you get like a life path number. I'm also a life path 3. So as much as I'm a Virgo, I am very Gemini, and that means I want to share, I want to connect. Like when I was at school, all I ever got told off for was talking too much. But like, how else do humans, like, we've been gifted the power of like speaking and voicing what's going on. So I'm always talking to people, and I've talked to people all over the world now. Astrology's like opened up to, like, I'm in the UK, you're in Canada right now,
Yes,
right?
that's
Oh my
correct.
God, it just fills me already with so much joy that I'm like, I get to speak to someone from Canada. It's so cool.
I know, isn't that? Yeah, I love that. Yes. So, guys, okay. Emily says she's in a life path 2. I'm life path 8. Now that we're sharing, so Emily's more a Taurian flavor, and I'm more of a Scorpio flavor, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, thanks for the lovely introduction. So, just before we dive in, Gemini season starts on this year on May 20th. It's going to be around 3 p.m. Eastern time, so 8 p.m. UK time, and that is the moment when Sun enters Gemini. That we call when Sun changes signs, which we say it's a season change for all of you who are not so versatile maybe in astrology. And then we have a month long, like 4 weeks of Gemini season. So as you mentioned, it's going to be all about conversing, sharing your ideas, sharing your thoughts, networking, socializing, learning, satisfying your curiosity. What would you add in general for Gemini seasons? What do you find them?
Yeah, it's always more social. Like friends are reaching out, but the high side is it's very social and it's fun and everyone's connecting. But you can be too busy or scrolling on your phone too much. So you want to find that balance, but a lot of questions, a lot of information, a lot of, oh my God, this is too much. But we kind of thrive on when we've got all the information. Like that quest for information is just in us.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we are both, so Virgos and Geminis are ruled by Mercury, and he's the great messenger. He just needs to convey his message one way or another. I just want to say hi to C Lane. Hi, welcome. Lovely to have people around. So this Gemini season is especially good, not because I'm a favor of it. I am, but I think this one is pretty good. There's a lot of things happening, lots of changes, a lot of some beautiful things as well. So the first thing we have Saturn moving into Aries during the Gemini season. That is huge because this is a cycle that happens every 2.5, 3 years. So, what do you expect from this Saturn in Aries? What do you feel?
Well, Aries is action and Saturn is like slowing you down and discipline. So I think there's people are going to be looking at themselves sort of individually, or like thinking, I'm going to do something, I'm going to take something serious, or, I'm important, or I'm going to master myself even more so. It's not like, it doesn't happen overnight. It's like, like a 2.5 year transit, but maybe people going to the gym more. I mean, the gym's popular
Mm.
anyway, but maybe they'll get even busier. I feel like the nightclub drinking scene is dying out and people are just so into fitness. Do you find that?
I think it's interesting, yet especially when we move so many planets. Neptune also moved to Aries from Pisces, so Pisces is more of a of dreaming, of drinking, of going to some other realms. And then Aries, everything shifts to Aries. It's like oh, wake up, call, we have to do something. No more being lazy and just messing around. I think it's also about taking responsibility for yourself, right? And for your life and life decisions. So I think that's going to be also emphasized with this. Aries and Gemini kind of like each other. They're in a sextile and a favorable aspect. So do you feel that during this season, because we have Sun in Gemini, it's going to be a sextile to Saturn, it's going to be sextile to Neptune. We have this, and Neptune is for the first time in our lives in Aries that we never experienced. This is going to be like the first meetup between Sun in Gemini and Neptune and Saturn in Aries. What do you feel this will bring to this season?
Well, with Neptune there, it could be more spirituality. I mean, I know Neptune in Pisces is spirituality, but yeah, it's gonna, maybe people will add spiritual practices into their day-to-day life,
Mm-hmm.
such as like meditation is now more popular, like, all those things that people are doing online,
Mm.
um to take themselves more seriously and like assert themselves, and I'm important, and like Emily's just put
Yes.
to stand up for what you believe in and put yourself
Yeah.
first. And
Yeah.
people want to be the best versions of themselves. So they're doing so many things to like become better.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great opportunity to use this Neptunian and Saturnian energy of being more bold. I always think about fools and horses. You know how it was a Del Boy. He always said, "Who dares wins." Remember that was his, and I always
Right.
think about that. Uh, 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 it's in my mind this whole time, when all these things are switching to Aries, and I just feel that we need to take that leap of faith and just go out there and put ourselves there and just do things. Yeah, I think, and in a Gemini way, we can do it. We can just. So I think it's good. This is a great opportunity for us to network, to connect, to find people who can help you achieve your goals. Or I think this Gemini season is going to be all about it, about connecting with others and finding the people. Just talk to them, say hi, hey, what do you think? Do you want to chat with me? Or do you know this person? I need something, like, if you need something, find person who needs somebody, who knows somebody who knows somebody. Like, this is literally Gemini. This is me, like, oh, even if I don't know somebody, let me think I know this person, maybe they know, and connecting and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
connecting people together. That's
Yeah.
so funny you said about Del Boy. He who dares wins, because I saw him on the radio station the other day and looked him up, and he's an Aquarius, but underneath he's got all this Aries energy, and he was saying that he found it frustrating that actors take some time to get into character when he films with them, but he can go straight into
Yeah.
character because he's got that Aries energy. It just like ignites him straight away. And the DJ that was interviewing him said, "Can you do a bit of Del Boy?" And straight away he went into it, and it's just like, oh my god, they're off. Like, it's so great that people can do that. I've got Mars in Aries, so I'm into it. I love it.
I love that. Yes. This will actually help you, like with Saturn being in Aries, it will help you get more disciplined. And, if you're struggling with using your energy in a more useful way, not to waste it. I think that's what with Saturn and Mars. I have the strong conjunction in my chart. And I think it just doesn't waste. Saturn and Mars together, it's, there's no energy to waste. You don't have time or energy. It's kind of disciplines you. So that's a great opportunity as well. Emily says something. Oh yeah, that's true. We both have YouTube channels. Yeah, Emily is also a strong Gemini person, so I have to say. So
Yeah.
connect, learn, and share. That's absolutely what it is all about. Yes. So this is also Gemini season to share your knowledge, to share information. It's not about learning and gathering. It's about sharing. So what do you think? Do people appreciate if they are bombarded with information? Where is the balance? What do you feel about that? Are Geminis too much sometimes?
I think yes, yeah, we can be, because they question a question. They're always seeking more truth, more information. So like they're really good at researching and like putting people together. But yeah, you can over, knowing when to stop is that's hard for Geminis.
Which Saturn in Aries can also, it can also tells us, we are going, we want to, very be impatient. Aries is impatient, wants it fast, but then Saturn goes, take it a little bit, so I think there's a balance between, going forward and Saturn pushing a little bit, a break on it. So I like it. I like that. Okay. So this is the Sun coming into Gemini. Then we have Sun sextile Neptune. We talked about it. People are going to be maybe more really in tuned. Neptune is also glamour and movies, and I know you're in that industry. So what do you feel? How will this change from your perspective? Maybe the movies industry or the film industry.
Yeah, I mean, I have a muggle job where I do work at the film studios. And so I come into contact with all walks of people, so many different skills, like, from the painter to the carpenter to the electrician to the cleaner to the caterer, which is like why I love astrology as well, because I see so many different people day to day and understand their strengths, their weaknesses, what they're really good at, why they do what they do. I don't know how it's going to affect the film industry, but Donald Trump has already announced, about changes to the film industry, but I don't think we know yet. And that's quite a Gemini answer. I'm being like, it could be this, it could be that.
On the, as Frank Clifford always says, on the other hand, they can be like this.
So Frank, who runs the London School of Astrology, is a Gemini rising.
Yes.
And I think Emily is a Gemini rising.
Gemini. Yeah, but I think she's Gemini with Gemini rising.
And I think she was the one that said when I spoke to her that the only constant is change.
Yes. She says bite-sized info is useful, but mercurial times need to rest. Turn on the observer or the brain doesn't switch off when they're trying to sleep. Yes, I have sleep. I sleep like for 8-9 hours. My sleep score is 70 because my brain doesn't shut down during the night. So I can testify to that for sure. Yeah, I think we're going to be, with Sun touching, with Neptune and Saturn touching the Sun in Gemini this season, I think we are really going to be speeding up with information. I think we're going to be very fast. I think even this Taurus season was faster than the Taurus season. I just feel that, it wasn't that slow as it's used to. So I think it's going to be a lot of things happening. Jupiter is still in Gemini. And another thing that's happening is that Jupiter is, during the Gemini season, he's going to go into Cancer on June 9th. So he changes signs every year. That's a huge thing. He loves to be in Cancer, right? So do you feel that the last maybe 2 weeks of Gemini season will be a little bit less hectic with Jupiter in Cancer?
Yeah, I hope so. And I guess with Saturn and Neptune in Aries and everyone taking themselves more seriously and things they've got to do and Jupiter in Cancer, to do all those things, you do need some support. And so Cancer's the family. So hopefully, the love and support from your family to follow your dreams is going to help everybody.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think maybe 2 weeks of Gemini is going to be more hectic, especially with Jupiter in Gemini wrapping up what he did last year. It's going to be the last degree, and he's going to be all, I wanted to finish his job in Gemini, which was a lot of information anyway. So we're going to maybe next half of the season might be more soft, as you mentioned. Maybe we'll stop socializing that much and just do some family things. Yeah, that would be lovely. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Emily say? Oh, she's Taurus rising, newly discovered.
No way.
Oh, okay. We have to talk about this later. This is Frank rectified her chart in class. Wow. Okay, so now she's a Taurus rising. Blow my mind. This astrology is look at us. See, this is Uranus Sun conjunction coming up this weekend. Shocking news already.
Yeah, and us just like already finding out brand new information.
Yes. That is so amazing. I know. Yeah, that is fascinating. What else did I want to? Okay, I'm trying to. Oh yes, another thing that is happening in this season. Mercury is moving into Gemini on May 25th. So he was only 2 weeks in Taurus, very quickly. Yeah. So we're gonna have for 2 weeks we're gonna have a Jupiter and Gemini both in Gemini. And what do you think about that? Are we gonna be able to handle that?
No, that sounds really busy and really hectic, but really like so cool that I think you're just going to be talking to your friends all the time and like sharing memes and sharing reels and look at this and look at that on. Yeah, it would be a lot.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, will people get any work done, or is it all going to be just in our thoughts and ideas, but will we put anything in action? What do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, advice would be pen to paper. So stop talking to everyone and just journal and write it down.
Yeah, I suggested last year when Jupiter came into Gemini that stick to 2 ideas, because Jupiter can you should see my ideas book. It's like, but then stick to 2. That's Gemini 2, and then forget it. Don't overdo it, because it can be too much. Excellent. So a lot of chitter chatter. I love my solar return. Solar return is, for you guys who don't know, it's when your sun comes to the same place, the same degree as it was when you were born. And I have some lovely, lovely aspects. Nevertheless, let's go back to Gemini season. So we have changing. So Mercury. So we have Saturn changing sign, Mercury changing sign, Jupiter changing sign, and I think Venus. Yes, Venus is also changing sign. She's going into Taurus on June 6th. So that's a lot of changes.
So Venus in Taurus is a good time to get your hair cut, all the beauty treatment. If you want to get Botox, if you want to dye your hair, if you want to try anything about your look, that is the time to do it. Venus in Taurus season.
Yes. Also, if you want to invest money or you do your finances or budgeting, so that's going to be excellent tip for this Gemini. It can also help us to ground us a little bit, but it's also a second half. Like I think May up till the first week of June is going to be woo, and then we're going to kind of settle down with Venus in Taurus, Jupiter in Cancer, and the last half I think it's going to be much better. Yeah, great tips. Venus loves Taurus. Just watch. I from my perspective, with Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer, we could indulge a little bit more than we would like to, right? Especially food.
Yeah.
Any tips? Do you have any tips for that? Maybe.
Maybe swap food for a walk in nature.
Love this Virgo practicality. Just drop it and walk. But it's ice cream season, Alicia. It's ice cream season. We can walk and have ice cream in our hands. That's the problem.
Yeah, eat while you're moving.
I love it. I really love ice cream. So I really love ice cream. And then Mars is still in Leo this whole season, which almost until the end, which is bringing more fire. So we have this fire and air combination, almost the whole season, right? So so fire is about motivation, inspiration, about movement. Air is about thinking process. So how would you describe maybe fire and air together for this season?
Yeah, it just heightens everything, you know. Fire is just going to bring everything up. So maybe the weather will be warmer as well. I don't know. So I'm really looking into astrology and the weather, and like when in London here, when it's hot, I'm always looking for Aries and Leo, and I'm like, wow, it's warm today because we've got a lot of fire energy in the sky.
Oh, I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We had a storm here, lightnings and water storm here last night, and I was thinking how this Uranus is approaching the sun. I said, "Yep, there it is, saying hi to us all." It was lightnings. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, and Uranus is Aquarius and electricity,
Yeah.
so yeah, that would make sense. This weekend is supposed to be shocking, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So a lot of changes happening, like big changes. So Saturn changing sign he does that every 2 or 3 years, happening this Gemini season. Jupiter changing sign, that happens every once in a year. Venus every couple of months. Mercury, okay, he's faster, but he's also changing. And then Mars also every couple of months. So there's a lot of things happening. Oh yes, I want to talk. Maybe you can give some insights of this beautiful new moon. So every season we have a new and a full moon, and this new moon in Gemini, I think is the best new moon of the year. It's happening on the 26th, 27th of May, depending where you live in the world. 6 degrees Gemini. It has Mercury, Moon, and Sun together, and Uranus is just close by. What do you feel about this new moon? What would you suggest for people? What kind of intentions they can set for new moon in Gemini with Mercury there in Gemini?
Yeah, I've got really into new moon and full moon rituals because I talk about them all the time. I'll just say to somebody, "Oh, there's a new moon or there's a full moon this weekend, but what am I actually doing?" So I understand that the new moon is going to be sort of the early degrees of Gemini. So in 9 months' time, you'll get the first quarter. And then in the following 9 months, which is 18 months, you then get a full moon in that same degree. So on the new moon, you want to manifest, you want to, what all those ideas are, you want to write them down. And then in 9 months' time, something should happen if you've put some energy into it.
Okay. So what do you feel about this specific new moon in Gemini? What should people put down? What should they with all this Gemini energy?
Oh, if they want to connect or talk to someone or reach out to someone, you know, either a friend, a family, not even to do with work, it could be like, in your family, that would be a good time to be like, I'm going to connect with this person, or I'm going to reach out and make a new contact. And I think it could come true for people.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to, start writing a book, or if you're thinking about publishing something or writing something, courses, maybe you want to learn something, reconnect with your siblings or cousins, a lot of different things. Yeah. I love that. I love this new moon. Oh, hi, Damien from Ireland. Love it.
So cool.
Love Damien. Damien is always here. Yeah, I love it. Thank you for joining. And Emily says, "Oh, it's her birthday the 27th." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My birthday is actually June 4th, but we're gonna have online celebration of my birthday on June 1st. We are doing an astro quiz. Alicia couldn't make it this time. She'll do it next time. But Emily's gonna be one of the panelists. Start the Substack. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, on the new moon, start your Substack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the new moon right away. You know how Frank says you have to wait for the first crescent or first quarter, just maybe few days after. But you can put, make a blueprint. That's what attentions is. Rick actually putting everything. Yeah, that's so, guys. Make sure that you don't waste this new moon. It's very non-judgmental. It's very open to new ideas. It's very Gemini like, so very curious, wherever it takes you. I love it. And then we have the full moon in Sagittarius on June 11th. That's going to be around 20 degrees of mutable signs. So full moon is when the sun and moon are opposite each other. We now have Mercury and Jupiter already in Cancer. So it's a different flavor. So this, because the Jupiter is ruling the moon and Mercury is ruling the sun, and they're all both in Cancer. So two completely different flavors. So what do you feel will this maybe this full moon will bring?
Yeah, that's a fun weekend with your family. Traveling maybe that time, going on a horse that weekend. But again, it's like, so if it's going to be a full moon, you want to think back 18 months ago when it was the new moon and see, like, go back to your photos and see what was happening then, because that's going to show up again.
Yes, that's going to be around December 2023, let's say. Yeah, that was a new moon in Sagittarius. So yeah, what happened then, it comes to fruition, comes to light. But yeah, it's going to be different flavor. It's going to have a lot of Cancerian energy behind it. So very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so those are the lunations. Cook and feed others. That's, yes. I have my Jupiter in Cancer natally, and I love to cook and share food. I always bring to neighbors. I always, when I used to go to work, I always would bake and bring to work. It's something that really, is true. Okay, what else do we have? So the lucky days also of the month is when Mercury and Jupiter meet on the June 8th, just before Jupiter goes into Cancer. And, for electing, if you want to elect something that day, that's also very good. I think from the 4th to the 8th, it's good time to elect, I think, because it's very all this mercurial Jupiterian thing. What do you usually do when you have a good day, a good Mercury day or good Jupiter day? What do you do?
I mean, yeah, when you get through all your emails, that's a good day for me. When you clear down all your WhatsApps and your emails and all your notifications, you're like, oh, I've got through all my connections.
That's Mercury in Virgo talking. I have a Virgo rising, and I can completely relate. I don't have, when I see people having all these unopened emails, and how they have unread, and I'm like, oh my god, how can you have? I can't even watch. It gives me anxiety. I can't see that. That is so funny.
But because Jupiter in Gemini is happening at the moment, my phone it's just blowing up all the time. I can't get to the end of the day and clear my notifications. I'm just constantly clearing and giving people a thumbs up, and people really want to connect.
I love that. Yeah, it's going to be even more now in Gemini season. I highly think so. You know how for example, how many groups are you in? WhatsApp groups? I'm at least 5. At least, I don't even know. At least 5, the bigger ones that I have constantly conversations of.
Oh my god! I've probably got about 40 or 50. Jupiter and Gemini. I've got so many groups.
No, I had to delete some. I couldn't. I love information, but it's. Do you know what I did? Also during this Mercury retrograde, I deleted my Twitter account, X or whatever. I said no more because it was always buzzing, and I deleted it. I'm not using it anyway. I don't have many followers. I don't use it. Why? Why do I need that? Off you go. So maybe that's a good opportunity for just choose 2 social medias or 2 groups that you want to be active with, that you really want to put your heart in. Yeah. Would you like that? Yeah. You also think that. So what I want to tell you guys is there's a lot of, because the sun is in Gemini, a lot of planets are making lovely aspects to this Sun in Gemini. And that means that this whole season should be very lovely. First, you have trine from Pluto to the Sun, right? That's lovely. It's empowering. It's really giving you the sense of kind of control of and psychological strength, like, Then it's going to sextile Neptune, which we talked about. Then, okay, it doesn't do anything with Uranus, but Uranus is coming to Gemini just after in July. So it's almost there. You can feel already Uranus in Gemini. I can just already, smell it, kind of, right? Saturn is sextiling Sun. Mars is sextiling Sun. Venus is halfway. She's gonna be in Aries until she moves to Taurus on the June 6th. She's also sextiling the Sun. Mercury is going to be in Gemini, conjuncting the Sun. Like all the planets except Uranus are touching the Sun in a good aspect, either trine or sextile. The whole like the first, at least the first season, first part.
So there's no retrogrades, no eclipses.
No.
So opportunity time.
Opportunity time, 100%. That's why I say this is the best, season that there is. I know when there's other challenges later in the year, but I think we should use this. It's a nice weather, at least in the northern hemisphere. Even in the southern hemisphere, they don't have snow or cold, so like it's a nice weather. You just feel alive. I don't know. What will you do personally? How will you use this energy?
I'm going to be more open to new experiences. So I'm going on a retreat this weekend. So I'm open to meeting new people and maybe writing more, like Em said about Substack. I'm committed to writing my astrology essays for the London School of Astrology.
Yes, that's also true. I need to do that as well.
So it would be a good time for us to do it, but if we can calm the chatter and excitement and stuff like that and just put it pen to paper.
Yes. Yeah, you need to kind of download and pour all those thoughts and ideas somewhere, somehow. You need to channel them out, either through talking or writing, or how you're going to express even mine. Just do something.
Emily just said have a party. If
Yes.
you want a party in the next couple of weeks, have a party and get married. Jupiter in Cancer's cute as well. We should have an astrology party, really. That would be amazing. Didn't you speak about doing an astrology radio show?
I talk about so many things. I want to do so many things. So I'm telling you, my book of ideas and what I want, it just, there's always Saturn somewhere there with restriction of time. We need to sleep and we need to do, have family obligations. But I would love that as well. We'll see how this quiz goes on my birthday. It's going to be fun. It's like going to be.
That's a great, perfect thing. You're doing the right thing on your,
right.
Yeah,
and I'm probably gonna maybe rebrand my website for my birthday. I'm gonna kind of maybe have a new thing. So I'm gonna use this Jupiter on my midheaven. Emily says, "My God, I will probably never get around to it. I'm determined to go through all the lectures." Oh, before you do your assignments, I did my first year, all three, and it was good. I got good feedback, so just do it. This is what Saturn in Aries tells you. Who dares wins. That's how we started this show, right? So just it's sometimes hard with Virgo placements because you want everything perfect, or even with Capricorn placements, right? You need to have this structure, and this is how I'm supposed to do it. But sometimes you just need to let the information flow and not overthink it, right? With the assignments. Yeah, but it's good. It's a graduation. Many people are graduating in May. Lots of celebrations, as you mentioned, weddings, graduations, parties. If you're not invited, if you don't go anywhere, initiate your own, right? That's the Aries. Initiate your own party. Make a party. Neighbors, friends, do something fun, whatever. Doesn't have to be in your house. Go to the park. Go, grab some drinks and some finger food, like Gemini style chips, Oh, you say crisps, excuse me, crisps. I have to learn the difference between chip and a crisp.
Yeah, it's good to learn something. If you're not partying, that's fine, because I actually find partying quite exhausting. So it's like there's so much energy, and I've got enough energy myself, so I'm like, oh my god. So you could just stay at home and like learn a new instrument, or pick up that book that you're like, oh, I keep meaning to read that book. Like, do it. It will.
Yeah, you know what I also thought about now that you mentioned, start learning new language if you want. Get a Duolingo or some app and start learning. Many people think, oh, one day I'm going to learn. Just do it now. You have nothing to lose, right? If you're interested in languages or astrology is a great language to learn. Just saying.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So that's, guys. So see, guys, the whole thing of this Gemini season is beautiful. It's full of opportunities, full of beautiful air, fire energy, which is uplifting, enthusiastic, motivating. Use it. And I don't want to put any pressure on anybody, but use this energy. Don't go. Like if you don't use it, nothing will happen. You won't lose anything, but you also won't gain anything as well, which is a waste, right? And
Yeah,
Amber
but
says,
if any Geminis are listening, I
yeah.
think it was Frank that said that Gemini will go, yeah, maybe, but Sagittarius will go, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. So we could be like, yeah, probably will, but like, yeah, no, do it.
Yeah. Just do it. I like that. See, Emily says she's gonna have a barbecue. She has sisters who are also Geminis. Oh yeah, that's just amazing. I know. But yeah, that's another story. My brother, he's a Cancer, but he has a Gemini moon as well, like me, and a Gemini Mars and a Gemini Mercury. So he's very Gemini, and he's a journalist. Imagine. So
Wow. Yeah.
that's interesting. That's very
I
interesting.
wouldn't fight a Gemini Mars. They're really good with their words.
Trust me, I lose every time.
Oh,
And he's a younger brother.
how can you lose with all that Gemini? Too
Because
much Gemini?
but he has look, I have a Sun, Moon, Mercury, that's in mid-heaven, but he has Moon, Mercury, Mars. He wins. Mars is stronger.
Yeah, Mars in Gemini is.
Yeah. So Emily says her husband, Sag husband, tries to motivate her. There you go. See?
Yeah.
That's perfect. I find personally that opposition between Gemini and Sagittarius is the easiest one from all the other ones. You know how opposites, they have, this very distinct differences. You can distinct. How does it distinct? No,
Distinctively.
Yes. So they're very different. But I feel that Gemini Sag can get along pretty well from all the oppositions, like Aries and Libra, you can see it, or Cancer and Capricorn. But then Sag and Gemini kind of like both. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah. As a Virgo, I love Pisces people for sure. And then Scorpio rising, I like Taurus. I like to be with Taurus people. Yeah, the opposition is a relationship. It's like, God, I'm nothing like that, but you're completely seeing it from the other side, and that's kind of cool.
Yes, yeah. I always loved Sag energy. I kind of, I don't know. I don't find a difference, but there is a difference. But Emily says, yes, we get each other and both have Saturn and Sag. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you're the generation that we mentioned with Sagittarius. Saturn.
Yeah. Where is your Saturn? Sorry, Jasmina.
Mine is in Leo, conjunct my Mars in Leo. 5 minutes apart or 10, I don't know, very closely. Not the best. Yeah, Saturn doesn't really like to be in. He's not very comfortable in fire signs, just because he's he's a responsible one. He wants to master something, and with people who have fire Saturns, I think they don't like the torture of responsibility. They like to be, with fire there's an inspiration, there's creativity, and creativity needs to have freedom, right? And then Saturn, that's why the Saturn fire signs, it can be a little bit more on a challenging sign. That's what I find. just because it kind of you can't put creativity in a box, right? You have to have. What do you feel? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm trying to getting into medical astrology as well now, body parts, and Gemini is where the body splits in two.
Yeah.
And if the opposite Sagittarius is like the hips and the lower part of the body, I've had a couple of injuries in my lower legs, but that's also Saturn sort of slowing me down because I've got Mars in Aries and I move very quickly. So yeah, he's put me in prison a couple of times because he's like, she needs to sit down. She won't stop.
Then there you go. Yeah, so it will kind of slow you down. Yeah. Oh, everyone says that Hannah has a great videos on the shadow side of each sign. Oh yes, sure. Yeah, Hannah is full. Hannah elsewhere. Just go check her videos as well because she has a lot of things. And Kyra, yes. Kyra is a great medical, and she's going to be on Emily's channel on June 8th, so don't miss that out as well. That's also truth. Excellent. I love how we all connect and learn from each other. So, guys, in general, use this Gemini season. Don't waste the opportunities because, everybody was complaining, such a tough year, the eclipses and the retrogrades, we had Mars retrograde, everything was so heavy. And now you guys have an opportunity, no more excuses, kind of, right?
Yeah, which is a bit scary in itself, once, because we've been sort of slowing and reassessing so much. Now we're allowed to go. I'm like, are we ready?
Yes. So do you feel that, so Saturn in Aries can maybe help us to focus and go in the, in the right direction that we want to go? Maybe, he can, I think he can help us with this Gemini energy all around to focus on some things on one path and maybe gives us that discipline to actually move forward, whatever we need to do. Yeah. It's action time. It's action times, many people say, oh, nothing happens to me. Life is this, life is that, because you need to make it happen. You need to go out there. And that's the Saturn, the Saturnian sad part, kind of, you can't have anything without, a little bit of discipline in Saturn and otherwise,
Yeah, and maybe if you are struggling, like reach out to your friends, like in Gemini, and say, I need you to help me. I need you to help me put some structure in. This is what I'm trying to do, or this is what I'm dreaming of. What can I do? And like with your friends, you could, put a plan together.
That's a great tip. I like that. Excellent tip. Emily says, astrology brings a fascinating, fine, diverse community. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, it's so, even us astrologers, everybody's different. I always tell people, just like astrology is like DNA, right? So everybody has different chart, different person. That's why we bring different perspective as a, from different point of view, because we are so unique. So that's beautiful. Lovely. Yes. If you want to join new communities, new groups, that's a great opportunity now in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. Do you want to add anything? Did we miss anything?
I put like the negative effects. I think we've done that.
Okay.
It's scatty, not committed, not deciding, gossiping, secrets, being bored, overthinking. Like we want to stay out of all of that, and you want to lean into speaking up, connecting, journaling, looking for all the stuff that we've said, because there's a high and a low side of everything. So we're encouraging you to keep questioning things, exploring, looking to different subjects, but all the tips of not getting over the top with all the Gemini stuff, because you could be like blowing your head off.
I know. Gossip is one of the things, as long as you have a permission to share somebody's things, then you can share them, but you need to ask for permission. That's another thing. If you really think that you can't keep it to yourself, ask for permission, because it's not nice to gossip.
Yeah, but with astrology, we're always sharing and connecting and talking about
that's different.
People.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
my
right.
favorite celebrity, so Marilyn Monroe was a Gemini, and we've done his chart, her chart at the school, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, she was Aquarius moon, I think, as I recall. Anyway,
and
yeah.
Venus at the top of the chart.
In Aries. I think she had Venus in Aries, which is now. Yeah.
And then Angelina Jolie is a Gemini, and she had Venus on the rising. But then we met another in the school. Frank had a special guest. I can't remember who it was. And he had Venus at the top or on the rising. But he actually wore pink glasses. I don't know if you remember.
Was he a Gemini? Wow. Was he that musician?
Yes, yeah. But I was like, wow, he sees the world in like
glasses.
In pink. And I was like, that is so cool. But Gemini colours, I always think of yellow. Do you?
That's what they said. I kind of found somebody who says light blue, but I think it's more yellow. That's right. So that's why I'm gonna rebrand my website. I'm gonna bring some yellow to my purple a design. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna bring some sunshine into it. Yeah. So that's why as I learn, as we learn new things, we are applying astrology to our lives and our practices as well. Yeah, so that's true. You know what is also good? I'm just thinking about school reunions during the Gemini season. Your high school friends, maybe you want to meet up with them, or elementary school or university friends, like people you went to school with. I think that's a great opportunity to reach out and have a little gathering or drinking, or even extended family like cousins.
Yeah.
That's also a great opportunity if but you need to kind of make an initiation, I think, right? Yellow and light blue. Yes, there you go. See, yeah, I'm gonna bring my yellow, something yellow in my life. You'll see. I don't know how it goes, but nevertheless, I think this Gemini season is going to be exciting. I'm always looking forward to it. I'm biased, but I love it. I have. When the Gemini season starts, Alicia, every day somebody has birthday. I know. I think only June 5th I don't have anybody. Like from the 30 days of, and some days like 23rd of May is like 5 or 6 people. Like I have some dates that are like more than one person. I have so many Gemini friends. My whole family, my husband, my kids. We're all Geminis. It's just all my friends. I don't know, a lot of people. So. I'm excited. It's always fun for me. I'm always going somewhere. And do you feel that every person should have a Gemini friend in their lives?
I work with quite a lot of Gemini people, and they are really good at writing a good email. I'm like, if you need to put something in writing, ask your Gemini friend to read it for you. If you're going to launch your Substack or your website, I've got a Gemini rising friend who's going to help me with that. And I'm like, I need her to look at it first.
But your Mercury is also a ruled, it's Virgo, so it's also Mercury ruled sign. So you're probably good at editing and making it more perfect. What do you feel? Maybe you can perfect it if you have like a template.
Yeah. Oh, fine. Yeah, I can analyze stuff and find the mistakes, but I don't like to point mistakes out. I like to help people, or like say, oh, maybe this, suggest an idea rather than criticize their idea.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's, Mercury, I find Mercury and Virgos are excellent teachers. So I think you should think about, especially with Jupiter and Gemini that you have, and Mercury, I think you should definitely think about teaching.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's so weird. I had my ankle operation earlier this year, and the anaesthetist got, and when you're put to sleep, he was like, "What do you do for a job? You look like a primary school teacher." And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
That's so funny.
But I do have my North Node in the 5th house of Pisces, so perhaps working with children or younger people or creating fun. Yeah, I don't feel that serious. Why don't I feel
But
serious?
teaching doesn't have to be serious. I think that's a whole misconception of that teachers are so Saturnian. They're not. They're Mercurial. This is what
Right.
Frank Clifford always says. Teachers should lean into their Mercuries, and I 100% agree, because it's not all discipline. It's about fun and it's conveying the message. And I don't know. It's just that it's. Emily's, what does she say? I'm an admin in my muggle job. I love a good email. Yes, there you go. Yeah. Oh, I'm also good. Just watch out for tipfellers. Is that how you say it? Tipfellers, how do you say it? It's a German word? When you spell something wrong, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because Germans are very fast and they can do it. Like I if I don't reread it, you know what happened once? I told this story, but I'm going to mention it again. You know how S and D are right beside each other on a keyboard. So
Right.
I was writing a professional email in my work, and I said, "Oh, you need to add something." Instead of add, I put ASS.
Yeah, sometimes, in the WhatsApp, it's like, this WhatsApp has been deleted. And I was like, oh God, sorry, I said the wrong, sometimes I was like, are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm always.
So be careful also what you say, what you write, just, because I think this is a lot of like Aries energy and fire. So it can be very quick. That's why I said you can be quick minded, but also quick on your tongue and quick on your writing as well. Excellent. So before we go, any last minute advice or summary of this season? What are you looking forward to, and what would you maybe give last minute advice to listeners?
Well, I've got my Venus in Cancer, so I'm just like hoping to fall in love. I'm hoping Jupiter's going to like make my love like even bigger. So I don't know. I'm excited for that personally, and just
That's
enjoy
lovely.
being with people.
But then you need to go to those parties.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you need to go to the party with a lot of people to meet somebody, not just, I got you now. Yeah. I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah, Em's just ending it really beautifully, saying people don't always remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. Yeah.
That is true. I like that. I like that. Thank you, Emily, for the beautiful closing. Yeah. It's going to be a great season. Use this energy. I will be live with the new moon and full moon detail forecasts later next week with the new moon. So tune in. Alicia, please tell people what you're doing right now, where the people can find you, how can they purchase your services, what you're doing. Tell us all. Spill the tea.
Yeah. I actually need to do a post soon. So I started I loved astrology for many years, and I started writing about astrology. But to be honest with you, a lot of my friends and family are not into astrology. And my page is called Verity the Virgo because Verity is my middle name. So, and I grew up thinking I was a Leo because I'm on the cusp. But when I found out Verity, I was like, I'm this whole Virgo person that I didn't know. So I kind of called her Verity, and I was like trying to be more Virgo and stuff like that. So, and then my Instagram photo is Julia Roberts, who I love. She's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising. I think your ascendant sign, I kind of like when you find people ascendant and sun. And
Yes.
she did a film called Runaway Bride with Richard Gere. And there was a scene in it where she couldn't decide what kind of eggs she liked, from poached to fried to Benedict. And I was just that girl, and so Gemini, where I couldn't decide. Like, Jasmina, do you know how you like your eggs?
To be honest, I like all kinds. All. Don't decide. But I know one thing. Maybe not the eggs. I like, but I prefer maybe on the runnier side. Is it poached or soft boiled? But I like it on the runnier side. But if that means anything, but I can have any type of eggs. I love eggs, scrambled, this, that, omelets. But I just love eggs. But that's interesting.
I mean, you're so Gemini to have all those different And maybe that's it, accepting that, do you know what? Don't box me into one decision. I like a variety of things.
Yes, yes. I mean, Jupiter and Gemini. Come on, that is true. See, oh, evolution was Benedict or poached. Those are those are runny on the runnier side. Yeah, I enjoy those more. The same thing for ice cream. Now that we talk about ice cream and season, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh my God, sorry, you mentioned that earlier. I don't like ice cream. Maybe because I've got a Capricorn moon, and I just find it.
End stream. Okay.
I find it too cold on my teeth, but maybe because
Oh
the sensitivity with
no!
my teeth, like I'm not an
Look
ice
at
cream girl.
look at another Capricorn moon saying yes. No, 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 no.
Em, you don't like ice cream either, so I will have a sorbet periodically, but I'm so sorry.
Oh
But
my
that's great
Lord.
that I know that and
No, no, it's
knowing.
good, it's good. But I just get like it's just I need to soak it in and to absorb that. Like it's I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So for my ice cream, I don't like anything on it. Like I know that I don't like any sprinkles. I don't like any pieces of anything. I like pure ice cream gelato. Like pure flavor, probably chocolate or hazelnut or pistachio. Those are mine.
I mean, they sound delicious, but it's just too cold for me.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's beautiful. Yes, I had actually Hannah and I last year we did a video about signs and food and drinks combinations. So that was funny. I don't know. I think we put ice cream for Gemini, so I don't know. But for Virgos, as a drink, I put Bloody Mary because it has celery in it. So it's like a health drink. It's healthy.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever speak about Virgo, I'm really into. I've already said I'm into medical astrology and health, and taking supplements. Like I've got all the Virgo things going on in my kitchen over here.
Yeah. Okay. So she loves. Emily loves salted caramel ice cream and mango sorbet.
That sounds
I
good.
like. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's so interesting. Okay, Alicia. So I put a link below in the description where you can find Alicia. It was so nice to talk to you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. See you in school.
Yeah. Right.
See you in school. Geminis also, guys, never forget that Geminis are always learning. They never stop learning. They're always curious about picking up what's new, what's happening in the world around them. And the curiosity is never ending, everlasting. Yes. That's it from me. See you next week with the new moon in Gemini. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, Emily, for your insights as well. It was such a nice chat. Bye, everybody. Talk soon.
Thanks, Jasmina. Bye. See you in school.
See you in school. Bye.